Team close, madman. Understand? Good.
Good.
All Faces ENT Records.
Mad, no.
No,
Yeah, what's there?
done. Reach out now, joke, me killers a rock psycho, bunny for your clothes. I'm Mary full up a wardrobe, but no $50,000 when my want smoke. Dub plate price higher than coke, run flat pine road, start car with button, pull gate with code. She a tip on two, one fuck to a rat, but song I never sold. The place dark when I grow up, pendant shine, watch diamonds glow. Too much rifle for afraid of four. Too much lyrics for can't find flow. DJ, some boy make slow, but chop and no credit, bang bang a phone. When you see bad man a roll, still a rent car, still in your grandmother.
Clean clothes, bad man. Clock chips, so we roll. Kingston, are where me born. Brooklyn, are where me grow. The place dark where me from. Badness, are where we know. Choppy line daily, every day, man, I get it low. Diamonds, them a glow. Big Benz touch your road. High grade, man, I smoke. Mary Panity, Christian Dior. You know the code. The rifle, them enough. When afraid and a four. They should know.
The place dark when I grow up, but pendant shine, watch diamonds glow. Too much rifle for afraid of four. Too much lyrics for can't find flow. Some boy make slow, but chop and no credit, bang bang a phone. God, when you see bad man a roll, still a rent car, still in your grandmother.
Pull up in the G63, Glock 43, tuck under the white tee. Pocket full of green, all faces are grease. Sport button get pressed by turbo screen right now.
Dub plate price higher than coke, run flat pine road, start car with button, pull gate with code. Share tip on to a one to the rat, but song I never sold. The place dark when I grow up, but pendant shine, watch diamonds glow.
Ooh, man. Let me do this here. Let me see here. Yeah. Where's my glasses? Because I gotta really think about what I'm gonna say. We just did a crazy interview with Matterhorn and Little Richie. And I just chopped down the interview and then just listened to the just to the parts, right? Because I just wanted to get a feeling of what was the energy like, and was it good, was it bad? And to me, I thought it was crazy. And I wanted to come on before I take a shower and go to bed, because I've worked all day. I wanted to come on and talk about some of the points that was made in that stream, that after the hype is all done, and all this playing music and all this crap, right?
Call it brave, don't call it luck. One aim of the riches, I'm a target up.
You know what I'm saying? Now that all of that's done and everybody's in bed, there were two or three things that were said in the interview that kind of affected me personally. And I think that's the problem with Black people, right? I just think that even though we don't have the financial status like white people, or we don't have the riches or the accolades or the infrastructure like white people, inherently, we are the gods of the earth. I think the issue that we're having as Black people is we don't know that we're the gods of the earth. We'll say it, but we'll never fucking actually believe it. I asked Matterhorn, for me, like I said, I was a skateboarder. I didn't know anything about reggae or dancehall. I left the scene. You know, I grew up watching Reggae Sumfest and all that shit. And after a while, you're like, fuck this. I grew up at Uncle Alvin's, you know, Uncle Alvin Antiona, God rest your soul, my uncle. You know, we heard all that music growing up. It was since I came here in 81, 74. That's what my dad played in the house. It was just a culture that was given to me indirectly. Like I was never told you got to listen to this because you're that. It was just something that was played in the background, and it's something that you just consume naturally. So when I left dancehall, I went to skateboarding, and Super D brought me back into it. And I went to Rodigan's store, and I saw Jaro versus King at Ease. That clash had a lasting effect on my life. Like, I remember it vividly, like it was yesterday. And it's like it looked like the cameraman was suspended in air because the place was so crazy that you couldn't really get it. The video is insane. And I asked Matterhorn, and I told him that video changed my life. And he said that video, that clash did nothing for him. It's like an everyday thing. Like, yo, we just kill sounds every single day. And that's just a regular thing. I guarantee you, if Tony Matterhorn was white, and if Jaro was white, and they had that clash, let's say not in Jamaica, but in Germany, that shit would be on Netflix. If you were to take that same clash and just inject niggas with white skin and white features, same exact clash. If you went around, if you could stop it and inject everybody in the dance and just made them white, if you just made them everybody white, and you take the same exact music, everything, but the only thing that changes everybody's white, that shit would be on Netflix. It would be on Netflix. It would be the biggest underground social event in human history. But because we're black and this comes so easy, it's like nothing. Like, when you look at white culture, they hang on to their legends. They hang on to them. And they're fucking terrible. Jimmy Buffett's fucking a terrible artist. Like Led Zeppelin, terrible. Rolling Stones, terrible. Like, that music, Ozzy Osbourne, terrible. Like, Ozzy Osbourne gets that shit from Muddy Waters. Rolling Stones is a white ripoff version of Muddy Waters. Marvin Gaye, James Brown, Little Richie, Chuck Berry. Like, the Rolling Stones is a Jamaican patty at a gas station, my boy. It's not P&R, and it's not juicy beef. But the way our culture is packaged, it's like it's a gas station patty. That sound clash is a part of human history. Like if the aliens, well, I mean, they say the aliens is in the ocean, right? I mean,
One aim of the riches, I'm a target up.
they say the aliens are actually in the water. The aliens are not actually, they don't come from outer space, they come out of the water. But let's say the aliens comes from space, right? We're just gonna, never mind the conspiracy theories. Let's say the aliens come from another planet, Nibiru, where they say the black people is from. And if they were to come to Jamaica and say, we want to see the craziest social event underground that happened, you would have to show the aliens that clash. It's a part of history. And it's something that can never be recreated again. And that leads to my second point when we talk about, see if anybody's on the chat here. Show chat on stream. And that leads me to my second point when we ask about, when Little Richie said that the young kids, Antonio Matterhorn, they said when the young selectors and the young artists, when they came into the business, they didn't give any respect to the OGs. The reason why they didn't give respect to none of the OGs is because the OGs didn't give respect to the music.
Yeah, me I said the man King Midas. Glenn Devon, get hype, you know it going to New York, on one side, you hear that? I mean I say, yo, King Midas. Hey, Polish, a guns out, you hear that? Hey, now a power. You can say something? Call it brave, if you don't call it luck. One aim of the riches, I'm a target up. King Midas, my target up. See my family suffer, cause me hard for broke. Paper chase, need that fast to fuck. Fling up a customer, killer, blast a chuck. Riches are flow, so pass the cup. King Midas, cough it up. Me
Our culture is so fucking crazy. Like dancehall, reggae, whatever the fuck you want to call it, it is such a crazy sub genre of whatever. I don't know what the fuck it is. It's such a hardcore sub genre, but it's like we don't treat it as we don't treat it as such. It's a regular thing. It's not a regular thing. So how do we get respect from the younger generation when the older generation doesn't hold this culture and want to put it out there? And the comments were like, yo, this is a is this a clash or promote the dance and all of that shit? How do we promote the dance if we don't promote the fucking culture? There is no promotion of the dance if there's no promotion for the culture and if no educating the youths. Like, I don't think the Patreons understand what's gonna happen on Saturday. Little Richie And Tony Matron that's on the screen is equivalent to any big artist in any genre. Tony Matron and Little Richie is the Tupac and Biggie of hip hop. They're the Eric Claptons and Led Zeppelin of early rock and roll. They're the Quentin Tarantino and Martin Scorsese of filmmaking. If Tony Matron and Little Richie was white, it wouldn't be in Unity. And no disrespect to Unity. But Unity is just not big enough to hold a cultural event that's going to happen this Saturday. These are two fucking icons. And when I asked Little Richie, if you go back and watch the interview, I asked Little Richie, does he understand how big he is? And that's why me and Vicky Vegas got into a huge fight. Because this shit's just so regular, right? It's easy for me to come on here and talk on the microphone and say ill shit without writing nothing down or not in rehearsing. I'm basically freestyling right now. I'm just dropping bars right now. And nothing is written. I'm just expressing my feelings, and all this is just off the top of the dome. And it starts with me. I should be curating this piece. I should be writing a little script. I should have memorized the script, and then I should have came on. But because we're Black and we're so talented, we take our talent and we neglect it. We take our fame and we neglect it. And that's why I wanted to get that from Little Richie. Like, Little Richie, do you really know how big you are? And I was avoiding a hardcore dance hall setting on the stream. Because I know Anil he's a founder of BostonReggae.com, but he was never really in the streets. Like, I'm one of the few people from Boston that was actually in the streets working. Like, I was actually in the trap house working. Like, there's reggae fans and then there's street niggas. I'm a street nigga. I was in the streets with the gangsters, with everybody. So when I asked Matterhorn, because I knew he was going to say Lenny and Glamour G, because Lenny and Glamour G had the lyrics, but they didn't have the foundation. So people think that Lenny and Glamour G is bigger than Squingy. One is gimmicks, one is actual toasting. And when Tony Matron said toasting, that's what the MC is doing when the selector's playing the music. Like, you know, when he's talking over the rhythm and talking over the music, that's toasting. A lot of y'all don't even know that's even called toasting. A lot of y'all get dressed up, go to dance hall events, and don't even understand when you hear Ghetto talking on the microphone, that's called toasting. When you hear Kev I think it's Kev Trini, no disrespect. Yes, Kev Trini. When you hear Kev Trini talking, that's toasting. When you hear Cypress doing what he's doing, that's toasting. It's a fucking toast. And how does a Neil who calls himself a dancehall historian doesn't know who Lenny and Glamour G is? That's because these parts of history is not documented and put out to the world. Because it's easy. It's just a regular thing. It isn't. Pasa Pasa this weekend is icons. And what people don't understand when we talked about the clashing, people don't understand that Pasa Pasa was basically a clash. You couldn't go to Kingston and not be prepared to go to war. Like that was a place when we talk about the Scooby and when we talk about Mad Instrument Rhythm, which half of you people that watch this shit don't even know what the fuck that is. When you have two of the biggest rhythms in the culture with two rivals playing that music. Because at that time now, Firelinks and Tony Matron were probably bigger than Pasa Pasa. Because they brought so many elements to it. But when they went down to Kingston in that setting, Little Richie and Maestro prevailed, which is even crazier. That's why I asked them that question. Like, what is going through your mind when you're able to survive Mad Instruments and Scooby rhythm inside that dance? And a lot of y'all go to dances. A lot of y'all go to dances, right? A lot of y'all go to dances, but I doubt that any of y'all's actually been in the garrison to a dance. I would love to have Bucky Famous and Everlast come on. I wasn't with them, but it was them and Cash Money. And Everlast gave it to Cash Money. Gave it to them. Like, almost turned Cash Money off. And then on Cash Money's half an hour, they dropped the Scooby. And people start banging on the zinc. Boom, 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 boom. The crowd started to bang on the zinc. Bucky Famous started to tremble in the dance. When you hear people beating on the zinc to the rhythm, different feeling. It's different. And Jamaica will never, never, ever, ever have that intensity. No time. It's gone. Jamaica won't have that intensity again. These are the things that you had to live. And these are the things that need to be documented and put out into the ether so these young kids understand, where the fuck are we coming from? But if you've never heard of Scooby, Mad Instrument, Cash Money, it's like this history is just evaporating. It's completely just evaporating. Our culture is completely just evaporating. And because it just evaporates, the younger generation is starting their own history. And because they're starting their own history, there's no respect and no bridge crossing, and we can't get to the next level. You don't. It's crazy to me. Like, you see young white kids, like the suburbs that I live or used to live. When I come out and I go to the farmer's market, I see young white kids with a Nirvana shirt. I see young white kids with a Peter Tosh shirt, a Bob Marley shirt, a Metallica Kill Them All shirt, a Beatles shirt, a Rolling Stones with the tongue. When I go into the black community and walk around, I don't see anybody wearing a fucking Sugar Hill sweatshirt or a Marvin Gaye t-shirt. Commodores, tops. I see Bob Marley, and I wonder why people just wear Bob Marley t-shirts, because of the weed. I wonder if it's the marijuana that's coupled with Bob Marley, why he's such on this iconic stage. I wonder if you were to remove the marijuana from Bob Marley, would he be as big as he is? Right? Because it's prolific to say, earth shattering, to move a culture when you're drawing a spliff and the smoke, and you get a meds, and then you say some prolific shit, and niggas like, yo, wow, this guy's on a wow. I just don't know how we're going to preserve our culture. I don't know how we're going to keep this thing alive. And I'm to blame too, because I have all the footage, and I'm not releasing the footage either. But that was a big shock to me when Matterhorn said that it's no big deal. That just lets me know that when he said he's a god, he's a god. But sometimes as a god, you can't recreate the same moment twice. Because now we about to get crazy, because we are in assimilation, right? So what is happening here, what is happening right here, right now, is being ran in a computer program 1,000,000,000 times. And we're just getting a different outcome. So it's just so simple, and it's just whatever. That was really shocking to me. That was really shocking to me. And I think as black people, we really have to take what we do more seriously. We have to take what we do more seriously. I know it's easy as fuck. It's easy as fuck to be black. Like be black and just to do shit is just, it's crazy. Like you'd be surprised of how many black people invented so much shit. Like black people invented mad shit. Like mad shit. Didn't get the credit for it. And those that invented shit was I just gave it away because shit, I invented peanuts. Well, fuck it, I'm just going to invent the stoplight. Well, fuck it, I'm just going to go invent an airplane. It comes so easy for us. And then with the oppression and the racism, it doesn't give us the power to keep on pushing forward to amplify our existence. And it's heartbreaking because this shit is iconic. It's iconic. Matterhorn, Little Richie is iconic. Especially when we think about the trends that they set. Like, it's a half hour. I'm about to wrap it up. Like, let's take Woodstock, for instance. Woodstock was a bunch of bullshit. Woodstock was the worst concert ever. I don't give a fuck what people say. And half of the people that say they were at Woodstock weren't at Woodstock. They watched the fucking video cassette. You drove out to New York. You got rained out wherever the fuck it was. It was muddy. People were getting electrocuted by microphones. Woodstock was a fucking disaster. It's a disaster. It didn't work. Woodstock was a complete failure. But what they did was they recorded Woodstock, then released it. And that's how Woodstock got big. It's from the fucking recordings. You could go back and watch it. It was empty. There was nobody there. There was nobody at fucking Woodstock. Fucking 3 people in the crowd at Woodstock. But it's got this iconic fucking feel. It's horse shit. King IDs and Jaro in Jamaica had more people, more energy, more historic than fucking Woodstock. But that content is not put out there. It's not put out on Netflix. It's not put on television networks. It's just not. That song "Freedom" by Richie. Oh man, I forgot his name. I think it's Richie something. That's a freestyle. Freedom, freedom. Sometimes I feel whatever he's. That's such a great song. That's a freestyle. They're like, yo, do me a favor. The crowd's about to burn this bitch down. Could you go out there and just sing something and fucking calm these niggas down? Please, I'm begging you. Because this shit's a disaster. And he comes on, he's playing the guitar and it's acoustic, and he's just singing. Freedom, freedom. Sometimes I feel it's say Woodstock. Like, those people are fucking liars, man. They're fucking liars. They weren't at fucking Woodstock. They watched it on fucking tape. and then inserted themselves into it. Yeah, man, I was there, man. Peace and love, man. Peace. Shut the fuck up. But that's what white people do. That's what fucking white people do. They preserve their bullshit history. They preserve their bullshit and then turn it into iconic historical events. Where black people have historical events all the fucking time and we do shit with it. It fucking pisses me off. It fucking pisses me off. I hope that little Richie and Tony Matterhorn, after this interview, really sit back and think and pre it. Do you really know who you are, how big you are? That's what Vicky Vegas hit me with. Do you know how big you are? Like my friend Vicky Vegas hates me that I'm doing reggae events again. She's like, you're so above these people, financially, education. Why are you doing this again? She hates the fact, like a lot of my friends, they hate the fact that I'm doing this shit again. Like, well, why the fuck are you dealing with these fucking people? Because somebody has to tell the story, and somebody has to fucking solidify the culture, and somebody has to tell people what the fuck is going on. And I have to be that person. I have to save the world. There's only two people that can actually save dancehall, and it's not fucking Cartel. It's me and fucking Scrappy. That's it. We are the king of the dancehall. Because we have content pre-Cartel, while Cartel's in jail, and post-Cartel. It has to come out, man. The truth has to be spoken. It has to be spoken. It's crazy. Like, you can't compare fucking Woodstock to fucking Jaro and Addis. You can't compare Woodstock to fucking Pasa Pasa. Are you fucking retarded? That was an international event in a garrison stronghold where everybody fucking got it. You heard what they said. They would walk the foreigners into the area. Like, everybody's welcome. That's the only hood or ghetto or garrison in the world where everybody was welcome. I mean, do you even understand that? That was a gangster stronghold. That was equivalent. That shit was equivalent to going to a reggae party in fucking and Hamas. You're going to a reggae party and in a Hamas controlled place where at any minute shit could pop off. That's what we're talking about. I want you to understand that. And you young kids will never understand it because nobody really told you. Like, going to Pasa Pasa is equivalent right now to going to Gaza and having a street dance. Where any minute, niggas, they could drop a bomb on you and wipe you out. But imagine going into the tunnels of Gaza and having a street dance. It's just crazy. Nowhere else in the world could achieve that. Like, there's no stronghold anywhere in the world where this even takes place. Imagine going to the favela in Brazil, like in the hood where they just kill people every single day. And once a week, everybody's allowed to go to this fucking venue. And you could walk the fuck out and nobody fucks with you. We're talking a garrison with the fucking lost and found. Could you imagine going to favela and dropping your wallet with 3-4 grand in it? And it's found and reported to the area leader, and you could come back in 3 years and collect your fucking personal belongings? Like, this is, what are we talking? I don't know, man. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I do know this though. If we're gonna move this culture forward, we definitely gotta educate people. We have to educate people. We have to let people know, like, yo, this is it. This is what was done. This is how it went down. Blah 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 blah. And then they tried Woodstock again, and it fucking sucked. It sucked. Woodstock 1 sucked. Woodstock 2 sucks. Woodstock 3 sucks. Just sucks. Because it's not a real vibrant culture. It's fucking, it's horseshit. And I just think it's time that we, as people from the Caribbean or Caribbean, whatever the fuck you want to call it, we start to document and start to release these images. And I'm to blame too. And I'm to blame too. But it's time. It's time. And it's for these two brothers to live on. We had Maestro the other day. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. I do know though that if we don't start to document our history, if we don't start to really understand where we're at, like know where we're at, like know who we are in the moment. My whole life I wanted to do Sting. Like my whole life, when I used to see Reggae Sunfest, my dream was to play on Reggae Sunfest. So I went and got a drum kit, sucked at drums, got a bass guitar, sucked at bass guitar, got an electric guitar, sucked at electric guitar, got a camera, getting fucking great at that. And I always wanted to be at Sting and hear Bounty said, "Good morning." That was the goal. That was the goal. And when I had a chance to do it and to sit on the stage at Sting and to hear Bounty Killer say good morning and look out into the crowd, I was like, fuck, I've made it. Because that's the biggest concert held in the world. It's fucking 100 artists, 100 band changes. in a hostile environment. Yeah, I think we really have to take our culture seriously. And I think it just can't be just a regular thing. It can't be just 1, 2, or a 1 tree. That shit is a fucking, that shit's a 1A, 1B, 1C, all the way to Z. Like there's so many intricate parts that takes for this shit to happen. It's just not a 1, 2 or a 1 tree. Like and that's why I asked them. Like, what was the key ingredient for pasa pasa? Like, what was the key ingredient for that? There are so many fucking ingredients to that. The music, the dancers, the politics, the dons, the rhythms, the fashion, the international people. I'm gonna leave you with this, and I want you to really fucking think about this. Name a hood in the world or a garrison in the fucking world where rich people fly on a weekly basis to eat fucking jerk chicken and listen to music.
Call it brave, don't call it luck. One aim of the riches, I'm a target up. King Midas, my target up. See me from the list of fuckers, me yard for broke. Paper chase, need that fast to fuck. Fling up a customer, killer, blast a chuck. Riches are flow, so pass a cup. King Midas, call it up.
All Faces ENT Records.
Me chout now joke, me killers a rock psycho, bunny for your clothes. I'm here, we full up the wardrobe, but no $50,000 when my want smoke. Dub plate price higher than coke, run flat pine road, start car with button pull gate with code, chair tip on 201, fuck 2 rat bats and I never sold. The place that come grow, but pendant shine, watch diamonds glow. Too much rifle for afraid of four. Too much lyrics for can't find flow. DJ, some boy make slow, but chop on no credit, bang bang a phone. God, when you see bad man a roll, still a rent car, still in your grandmother house.
Clean clothes, bad man. Clock chips, so we roll. Kingston, are where me born. Brooklyn, are where me grow. The place dark where me from. Badness, are where we know. Choppy line daily, every day, man, I get it low. Diamonds, them a glow. Big Benz touchy road. High grade, man, I smoke. Mary Panity, Christian Dior. You know the code. The rifle, them enough. When afraid and a four. They should know.
The place that come grow, but pendant shine, watch diamonds glow. Too much rifle for afraid of four. Too much lyrics for can't find flow. Some boy make slow, but chop on no credit, bang bang a phone. God, when you see bad man a roll, still a rent car, still in your grandmother.
Pull up in at the G63, Glock 4-3, tuck under the white tee. Pocket full of green, all faces are grease. Sport button get pressed by turbo screen right now.
Dub plate price higher than coke, run flat pine road, start car with button pull gate with code, shirt tip on 201, to the rat bats and I never souls. The place that come grow, but pendant shine, watch diamonds glow. Too much rifle for afraid of four. Too much lyrics for can't find flow. Some boy make slow, but chop on no credit, bang bang a phone. God, when you see bad man a roll, still a rent car, still in your grandmother house.
And patient, yeah. One fats, one dark bars. Yeah, it's a messiah. Mad. Yeah, shines. All faces we say. Yeah.
King man, get to hype, you know it go already, right? Glenn Devon, hear me I said the man NYC, you know it go down. King Midas have it all, yeah. And no boy no go round that. Hey, Polish. Hey, no power. start selling white flour, your coffee stove. All time kitchen now, wash off your clothes. 17 shoot off a shot off them nose. Suck on the mother boy, hear that?
Is that?
Yup.